Do your patients do a lot of glute exercises but still don't get the results they expect? The problem might not be a lack of effort, but rather choosing exercises that don't sufficiently activate the gluteus maximus. Many routines include popular movements like squats or conventional deadlifts without really knowing how much the target muscle is being stimulated. And if the glute doesn't get adequate stimulation, hypertrophy simply won't happen. This not only slows down progress, it also increases the risk of compensations, lower back discomfort, or even overuse of other muscle groups like the hamstrings. The good news is you no longer have to guess. Thanks to surface electromyography, you now know which exercises activate the gluteus maximus the most, and in what order you should include them in your workouts. Do you want to learn how to prescribe and optimize exercise using electromyography? You can schedule a free call at the link in the description. A physical therapist will assist you, there's no obligation, it's 10 minutes and completely personalized. In this comprehensive post, you'll discover the 10 most effective exercises for significant gluteus maximus hypertrophy, meticulously measured with advanced electromyography and thoroughly explained so you can confidently start applying them today for optimal results. But first, let me tell you why muscle activation matters in hypertrophy. Muscle activation is one of the key factors for stimulating mechanical tension, which is the main trigger for hypertrophy. The more active a muscle is during an exercise, the greater the stimulus it receives and the higher the chances it will grow, provided the other training variables such as volume, intensity, rest, etc. are also met. Next, here are the 10 exercises ranked from highest to lowest gluteus maximus activation, according to data obtained with electromyography. First exercise, step up. This is the exercise that activates the gluteus maximus the most out of all those analyzed. It requires a full hip extension against gravity with little momentum, which forces the glute to generate all the power from the very start of the movement. Ideal for unilateral progressions. The second exercise is a variation, a lateral step up, very similar to the previous one but with greater emphasis on lateral stability. It involves the gluteus medius more, but the gluteus maximus is still the main muscle responsible for hip extension. Third exercise, hex bar deadlift. This variation allows for a more upright posture and greater glute activation without overloading the lower back. Fourth exercise, the conventional hip thrust. One of the most famous glute exercises, and for good reason. The constant resistance throughout the entire range and the peak of maximum tension at the end make it a powerful tool for hypertrophy. Here's a tip. Use a slow tempo on the way down and pause at full extension. Fifth, Bulgarian split squat, another classic. Its main advantage is that it generates great mechanical tension in the glute of the supporting leg while improving lumbopelvic stability. In addition, it activates the glute without the need to use heavy loads. Sixth exercise, conventional lunges, another staple that still works. The lunge allows you to work on strength, control and balance, intensely activating the glute, especially if you take a long step and lean your torso forward properly. Seventh are single leg squats, in all their variations. Although very technical, this squat requires significant glute activation to stabilize and extend the hip. The eighth exercise is a conventional deadlift. It remains effective for working the entire posterior chain, but if the torso leans too far forward, the hamstrings and spinal erectors compensate, reducing the involvement of the gluteus maximus. The ninth exercise is a back squat. Although it's considered a full body exercise, the back squat isn't the most efficient if the main goal is the glutes. Activation depends a lot on technique, right? Ultimately, it comes down to things like depth and bar placement. If your goal is to target the glutes, it's better to use it in combination with another more specific exercise. The 10th exercise is the Sumo deadlift. Despite its wide stance, the Sumo deadlift activates the gluteus maximus less compared to other variations. This is because the load is distributed more between the abductors and hamstrings. Therefore, if you're looking for effective hypertrophy of the gluteus maximus, the data is clear. Choose exercises with higher electromyographic activation, proper load progression, and good technical control. And if you could always choose the best exercise for your patients, surface electromyography will not only help you select better exercises, but it will also allow you to personalize each training session and each rehabilitation according to how each muscle works. And most importantly, ensure that what you prescribe truly activates what you want to target. See you in the next post.